but what are the specific things that you see that is being done, or what? Let me get this straight. What things are wrong in the training that you guys see today? What things stick out that's like, you know, that's
Can
Great question.
I go first, Mr. Gypsy? Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
So I'm
ahead.
gonna tell you what I see right off. I see so many dog trainers taking advantage of the general public. I see so many dog trainers selling families, selling individuals, selling sport dogs as home protection dogs, as personal protection dogs. I see so many guys like Mr. Gypsy spoke on earlier that's advertising themselves and doing training, and they've seen a few aspects of what dog training is about. Now all of a sudden they're a dog trainer. I see so many trainers that can't train a dog if a dog doesn't have prey drive. I see so many trainers that can't train a dog that doesn't have natural food drive. Let me explain that. If you have to starve a dog down to make him work for food, that's not natural food drive. You develop, you condition this dog. You got this dog slaving for this kibble. You feed him his whole entire meal out of your hand because you've starved this dog down. So that's not natural. That's not, I wouldn't call that food drive. You condition that dog. You starve this dog. So yes, if you starve me, I'll work for some food too.
Yeah.
So many trainers cannot train dogs. That's the only way they know how to train a dog is if they have a toy in their hand, if they have a food bag on their belt.
That's right.
I believe that you should be able to, like, for example, my dogs, I don't even have to have a collar on my dog. I don't have to have a treat. I don't have to have a toy in my hand. When I ask my dog to do something, in most cases, and sometimes I let my dogs be hard-headed, kind of like I let my kids this time. But when we train dogs, if we want our dogs to be sharp, we got to keep tuning on them. But back to what I was saying, you shouldn't have to have no tools in your hand in order for your dogs to do anything. And so many trainers, that's the only way they know how to train. And if you come with a dog that don't have those drives and those characteristics, they're going to tell you, we can't train your dog, and try to get you to purchase maybe one of their dogs. So
Let me talk.
I'll go ahead and step back and
Yeah, listen. When I train with my young trainers, I call them my deacons. When we do workshops and things, I'm always screaming, trainer brain, not agitator brain. The trainer is a scientist. He looks at the bigger picture. The agitator thinks he's some kind of gladiator. He is in it to see how close he can get, in which I've been there. He wants to defy danger. He wants people to go, ooh, ah. Now, believe me, I've heard lots of oohs and ahs over the course of my career.
Hey, when they almost got their face bit off, that's when they get that, ooh, Mr. Stratton.
Yes, yes. See, I was taught the closer you get, the more chances you take, the better dog you make. Earl Jones taught me that, and Plummer. But this thing with food, I remember watching Bozo Circus. I don't know if you guys remember Bozo Circus, but I was always fascinated by the poodles and the other tricks dogs. And then I found out that, wow, this is very similar to the guys who train SEALs. It is almost the exact same training regimen. I don't use food. Uh, um, I don't use pinch collars, uh, and I don't use electricity. And I agree. I want my dog to cooperate with me. And if I raise him in that frame of mind, then in most cases he's going to be able to adjust. So let me get to this. So yes, food, no. The only time that I even will allow any of my clients to use food is in a recall. And I tell them that's only because it is so important. I will tell them, get down on your knees, beg him to not run into the street if that's what it takes. And so, yes, I will allow them at some point to use food on recall, but it is not anything that I bring into the picture. There are two things that a dog must learn. The most important thing that a dog can learn is the word no. No means stop doing what you're doing right now. The next most important thing is come to me. Not their name, not I love you, not how beautiful you are, not get them. It's no and come here. Those are the two most important things that a dog can learn. Now, I'm gonna go back to this agitator brain versus trainer brain. And something that you said, Clyde, when you said if the dog doesn't come already equipped with these particular drives, we can't train them. You cannot tell the church lady to get rid of her dog. That is a sin. Church lady love her dog. You got to do everything you can to get something from this dog that will help this church lady. And then maybe you talk her into buying a puppy, another dog to go along with her dog, but you can't tell the church lady, yeah, let's get rid of the dog she loved. That's a part of her family.
You got to be.
So if you have that, huh?
I said you got to be artistic about it. Like you said, you can't tell.
Absolutely.
Oh,
you can't. It's a sin. It's wrong. And if you can't train them, that means you're not a professional trainer. Now let me go to something that's real important that I know, and y'all are going to recognize this. It's called the defensive protocol. The defensive protocol started long before anybody started trying to train dogs. Elephants do it, wolves do it, groundhogs do it, squirrels do it. Every animal that lives in a community has the defensive protocol. Defensive protocol is alarm. Hey, somebody is in our area and we don't like it. So the alarm could bring about the flight response. Everybody run, get in your hole, hide, or it will bring the defensive. Oh, sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Where is he? There he is. So it's alarm first. Next comes challenge. If the guy is at the front door, don't run to the back door. Challenge means go to where he is. Alarm, challenge, then comes threat display. The growl, the teeth, the body language, the posture. That is a warning to this intruder that you're in the wrong place and you're about to find out if that meat is greasy. Then comes contact. Alarm, challenge, threat display, engagement. That can happen over the course of seconds, moments, or even minutes. So that's what I instruct my students to. So let me go here. So here's my biggest problem with so-called trainers who are either agitators or decoys. I would not allow you to call me a decoy. It's an insult to me. I am an agitator. I'm a bad guy. I am a problem. and I am going to teach your dog how to solve that problem. But here's the biggest problem in our industry. And I have to lay it at the feet of prey. The bite. The bite is what's going to get you in court. It's going to harm individuals. And when it comes to harming or killing a human being, there are three reasons. A dog is either defending himself, defending his master, or defending his master's abode, his cave, his hut, his car, even when he's in it. Those are the only three moral and legal justifications for harming, even to the point of killing another human being. Prey is what the police use, prey and apprehension. It has its place, but the police have an advantage in the legal world. It's called qualified immunity. Qualified immunity means that the police can violate your rights and it don't even come to court because they have in place qualified immunity. They also have an unlimited amount of money and team of lawyers to protect the police when they are wrong. Church lady doesn't have qualified immunity. Here's what the church lady has when it comes to legal. Self-defense, period. That's it. If it ain't about her self-defense, she's in trouble. The other thing about prey is, why are they biting? What alarms me, I put so many likes and hearts on all these young people because I want to respect the work. See, the only thing that beats talking is working. I don't care how much you can talk. If you ain't trained no dog, you haven't trained but one dog, then, tell that to somebody else. Talk to somebody else about that. If you haven't trained but 5 or 10 years and you've only trained 1 or 5 dogs, then you still don't know what you're talking about. Oh boy, I lost my thought here. I'm so old. But
take your time.
Yeah,
my
that's
wife,
all right.
my wife don't like that. But prey, what alarms me most is I see puppies being taught to chase and bite and hold before they know, don't shit in my house. Don't eat my alligator shoes. They don't even know their name yet. And the crime of that is that these guys will have this litter of dogs, 6, 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old, that is already being taught to chase and bite. And then they sell it to the church lady or to the cab driver or the bus driver or the factory worker, somebody whose life is not revolving around the dog like our lives do. And that dog comes to their house as a puppy, versed in chasing and biting and holding. And so what I have found out is that most of these guys never use the word no because they don't want to interfere with this drive, this prey drive, this bite drive. That is a sin. Go ahead.
Mr.
You want to
Mr.
say
Gypsy,
something?
let me ask you something right quick. So
Yeah.
I guess you're saying that the prey drive is more so used by police officers, being that those dogs are like dogs you use to deploy on people versus your style. Yeah, versus your style, which
My
is
style is prevention.
Okay.
Prevention is superior to apprehension. If my dog makes you change your mind, we don't have to apprehend you. You're going to change your mind and you're going to move along. That's the job of the watchdog or the personal protection dog, in my opinion.
Okay.
It is not based on you going to become part of the militia or you heard somebody escaped from somewhere and now you're going to go volunteer. That's what prey and apprehension is about.
Okay.
So here's my problem. I always ask, why do we train? That's important. That's a very important question. So there are so many guys who say they're training sport. They're hiding behind the word sport, where they're literally the Dangerous Dog Act wherever you live. Animal control has a thing called the dangerous dog category. How do you get in that category? You get there from biting. That's how you get there. And so once your dog has been categorized as a dangerous animal, now you are in line for some liability. You may get your dog taken from you, but if you keep it and it bites someone else, it's on record as being a dangerous dog. So when you teach a pup to chase and bite for no reason, you're tapping into the chase genetic, the prey genetic, but there is no reason for it. And then you train that dog, enhancing this bite drive. It's already dangerous before it has bitten anyone. Okay. There's going to be a day when trainers are going or should be on a list, a registry, where this is the registry of professional dog trainers in good standing. The way you stay in good standing is you show up, you do the work, and you test. You have to have a minimum test for a professional level.
Okay.
That doesn't exist.
All right.
The way they think they get there is the show, the sport. Again, that is a word that they're hiding behind, sport. Because if they train 100 dogs, only 3 or 4 of them ever make it to a sport field.
Hey,
That
Dwayne
means
Newton,
that-
Dwayne Newton, mute yourself, sir. Dwayne Newton, please mute yourself. Sorry, Gypsy.
Go ahead. That means that out of 100 dogs, if only 3 make it to the sport field, they're probably not going to win, but they made it there. There's 97 other dogs that are what you call half-baked. They've already been taught to chase and bite and hold, devastating bites. It seems as if so-called trainers who are actually agitators and or decoys, you'll see them rolling around on the ground. They'll pick a dog up. This is why the dog's biting. Pick them up, press them into the wall, all of this. And the dog never lets go. And the worst sin of all is when you see the bad guy petting or rubbing the head of my dog.
Yeah, you're
don't
agitator.
do that.
Yeah, you're agitator. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
How you gonna be the bad guy and you rubbing my dog? Oh, it makes him calm in the bite.
Right.
You know, that is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Clyde, you want to chime in? Gypsy, are you finished?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I'm sorry. I
No, it's all right.
So yeah, let me elaborate on some of the things that Mr. Gypsy said, you know. So again, my field or my line of training in most cases is the family dog. And so many people and so many trainers, even when it comes not just to the protection work, but just the obedience. In the family dog, I don't need my dog doing a focus heel.
No.
Walk 12 blocks through the neighborhood. I don't need my dog
Thank you.
looking up in my eye, walking on his toes
Exactly.
while I'm walking, while I got him in a heel walking to the park. To me, that's kind of like a ballerina. You know, she dances on her toes when she's performing, but when she's at home or in the grocery store, she's not walking on her toes. So many trainers.
That's right.
That's the only obedience they know how to train. It's show stuff. It's for the showroom. It's for the show floor. So again, I'm a family dog. I'm more practical. When we talk about the protection, so many people that feel right off the bat when they get a puppy I don't want nobody rubbing my puppy. I don't want nobody touching my puppy. When I get a puppy, I want everybody rubbing my puppy. I want everybody loving on my puppy. And I'm teaching two things that Mr. Gypsy said, and that's teaching my dog to come to me when I call him, and I teach my dogs what no means. And I tell people, no is a word, no and okay and here. Those are the three words that I teach my dogs from the very beginning. And no, I don't care what language you speak, what country you in, people knows what no means. There's no situation that no can't fit. Same thing with okay. I don't care what you speak, where you at. If you say okay, people know what you're talking about. Right. When I ask my dog to come here, I want my dog to come. So those are the three commands that I could control damn near any situation with my dog. A lot of times people ask me, do your dog chase cats? Well, and I'll tell them, yes, if I allow them, because most dogs, they chase cats unless they've just been growing up in the house with them and things like that. And most of my dogs are I'm not a cat lover. I don't even want cats walking on the property. So if I allow my dog to chase that cat, yes, he will. But if I tell my dog no, that cat is as safe as he can be. So those are a few of the things that you need to have in any dog. I don't care if it's just a good family pet. Now back to the agitator and the decoy and personal protection dogs and sport dogs. There's a different risk involved when you're making what I call a real protection dog. And that's a dog that you can use and you can get him to alert, to bark, to attack. And there don't have to be no equipment. There don't have to be no setup scene, no setup scenario. The moves are not choreographed. So to make that kind of dog, you have to have a good agitator. Or let me back up. Sometimes if you got, I used to have a bloodline of dogs that these dogs were so high strung, high driven, high defense.
Hot.
All I needed was a body. You didn't have to, if you could just stand in front of these dogs too long. They wanted to get you.
That's right.
So I was selling that dog as family companion dogs, and these dogs was way too hot for the average 9 to 5 man that don't have the experience that me or Mr. Gypsy have with dogs. These dogs would, if you challenge those dogs would challenge you back. And if you didn't put that dog in his place as a puppy, he's going to be running your house by the time he's 6, 7 months. So I had to take a lot of that hotness out of those dogs because most of my clientele were people that had 9 to 5 jobs. They wanted a family dog first. So those people couldn't handle those type of dogs. So I had to take the drive. I had to balance, had to come up with a genetic balance to where my puppies are not so fearless, not so hot. They have some insecurities, but yet they're not so insecure that they're going to go hide when somebody come up. Mm-hmm. So,
hey guys, if you need raw dog food anywhere in the United States, be sure to visit our friends over at texastripe.com.